And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to In the Nest, the Emmaus Athletic Podcast. I'm your co-host, Shane Douglas, here with my Clyde to my Bonnie, or Bonnie to my Clyde, co-host Matthew Tomlinson. How you doing, Matt?
I'm good, Shane. It is a late night one, but we're here. We're ready to go, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, Matt was giving me or asking me a bunch of questions of how I was going to introduce him. So I don't know, but it is a late night, as you said, Matt. We decided to record a late one. Usually we always do it in the afternoon for you listeners and post it on Thursdays, but it's going to be, and we want to be more consistent with that, posting usually every Thursday morning.
But since soccer had a game today, we pushed it back so we could talk a little bit about it.
And it was so worth it.
Yes.
No
comment.
Moving on. Eric's dying over there. Either way, we last time we never finished our segment of top 5 coffee drinks, and maybe we're able to do that today, but that's not important.
Could really use one right now.
That's what I was thinking. That's what I was like, hey, how could we talk about coffee? I don't really drink coffee, but
that's why it's coffee bean drinks, not
true.
The coffee in the coffee bean.
Hey, that's fair. It's good. With that said, our argument last time about Chipotle and Poncheros, a bunch of tri-staters text me after, like that night. I was going to bed and my phone was like blowing up from people telling me.
Shout out Tri-State.
They're like, Ponch is better.
Yeah, facts.
You people know nothing.
Hey, but for real though, shout out the Tri-State volleyball girls. They're 10-1 right now, and they're
killing
6-0 in the conference.
They're killing it. Tri-State, they should fix their basketball hoops and like put them out so that I can shoot hoops for a youth group. But with that said, though, yeah, I'm repping the Padres tonight. Matt's pretty upset about it. It's sports related. I'm like,
hey, the best team in baseball just lost to the worst team in baseball twice. My Cardinals defeated Luke's Braves 2 games in a row. So
no one knows who Luke is.
Who's Luke?
No.
He's our videographer.
He does want to be on this show, and he will make an appearance now and again for sure. But
maybe.
It is a sad season for the Cardinals and Padres for sure.
And the Mets.
That's
really
our 2 teams, as well as our boss Tom Cook's team is the Mets. And everyone thought we were looking good. We were top 5 going into the season, and we just dumpster fire. Laid a big egg. And there's a lot of that going around. But
which is why we're both excited that football starts.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
Thursday, which is actually today technically. Because it's
13 minutes ago. Because
it's midnight 13.
Chiefs against Lions.
13, 12,
Chiefs 13. Against Lions. Who's going to win? No Travis Kelce. I still think the Chiefs pull it off.
I think so.
Yeah, I do.
If you look, I saw a graphic today that said that Mahomes, this last 5 week 1 starts is like 1,900 passing yards, 18 touchdowns, no interceptions, and like a 117 passer rating.
I don't want to hear about Mahomes. I'm done with Mahomes. I'm a Chargers fan. You're a Cowboys fan. We're used to sadness.
Yes.
Don't like the Chiefs.
Eric with the Bears. Double doink, baby.
Double doinking. With that said, I do hope the worst for the Chiefs this season. I do think the Lions are going to be pretty good, but
I do too. It's gonna be a fun year.
It's gonna be super fun. I'm looking forward to it. I'm so excited to watch a football game Thursday night. Even though I could care less about the 2 teams
in 18 hours or however long.
Yeah, I don't even know. I'm focusing on this podcast, going to bed, and then work tomorrow. Either way, let's look back at some of the sports for Emmaus. Not about baseball and how the Padres and especially the Cardinals are poopy, but.
So, Shane,
yes,
you said something 2 podcasts ago, our first kickoff podcast of the season, and you made a guarantee.
I did make a guarantee. It was from the heart. It was from the spirit. I don't know about that, but I definitely felt and I knew and I had faith in our boys to come away with a win last Thursday at Jack Fish Field against the Maranatha SaberCats for the first time in school history. And we did.
And guess what happened?
We did. We won. And it was incredible. And
it was amazing.
I'll just say, it felt like a national championship. It was just like everyone was hyped. It was probably
the
too
first
much
home event of the year, so everyone was really excited.
A bunch of freshmen, new students, first-year students at Emmaus, first collegiate game for all of them, and they win
a lot of the
big
freshmen
game.
families traveled up too, so that was cool.
A lot of so it was a huge game for all these students, and they performed really well.
That was probably one of the best ways to kick off the season.
It was awesome. They got
for any sport.
They ended up getting 4 votes in a coach's poll.
Yeah, for top 10.
Top 10, which is awesome. Our highlighted player and our highlighted or like player to watch.
Our
Tucker.
pick to click.
Yeah, pick to click. I don't know. Maybe that's nice.
Maybe we'll see.
Either way.
Anyway, we both chose Tucker, and he had a
great
fantastic game. We ended up winning 5-1.
Yeah.
Tucker
had an assist.
He had an assist, and he had 9 saves. And with that, he won.
Christian had 2 goals.
Caleb Hunter had a goal. Caleb Pogon had a goal.
Caleb Hunter had a really nice shot.
And Josiah Tuttle had a goal.
I know. That's 2 of my applicants, just saying. I was really proud. I was screaming, that's my deposit. That's my deposit.
And that was 5 goals on 4 assists.
Yeah.
And the fact that Tucker, like that's a goalie having an assist is crazy.
Which I think is one of the reasons why they gave him.
Yeah, he won NCCAA Division II Defensive Player of the Week for soccer,
which was awesome. After one game,
after
a freshman,
first game, yeah,
really crazy. You put like a lot of. I feel like with that game, that win, the 4 votes, the national honors,
beating Maranatha in soccer for the first time ever.
That put a lot of pressure on the guys' heads. I feel like, and I think honestly. And jokes aside, and I know it might be like too soon, but it kind of showed today against Spurgeon.
For as good as the Maranatha game was and as good they played, they flipped the script, and as bad as they played today or yesterday, since it's midnight against Spurgeon.
They played a pretty good...
They traveled down to Faith for a neutral game against Spurgeon. And as we said earlier... Spurgeon did to us what we did to Spurgeon last year.
It's true. We had a good first half.
Up 2 at halftime.
2-0.
2 goals by Christian.
2-0. And 2 goals from Christian.
Assisted by Edwin.
And then half by Bennett.
Yeah, had an assist too. Because I like how hockey and soccer do that, where you can get an assist for the pass to the goal. I like that.
It all depends on like how much movement is in.
If only we had that stat in basketball.
But that'd be too hard to kind of follow. But
yes, great
first half.
Very disappointing result.
Yeah, second half was a killer. It was tough. I was like looking at it. I was like, best case scenario is we walk away with a tie. You know,
but then they score a crazy goal in the 88th minute left. And
it's tough. Not really want to talk about it, especially this late, and the assistant men's coach sitting right there just, growling.
But hey, we've all been there with our team, so
it's true. And like the cool part is that you can really overcome from this. This is a great learning point, and like we said, we have tons of freshmen. We have tons of first-year students on this team, and this is a great. They went from a high of beating Maranatha for the first time to a very low of losing to a team we should have beaten.
And it's a good self-reality check.
Great learning curve. I think it's gonna help the team moving on in the future. I was talking to Landon earlier, actually yesterday, at lunch about this game, and I was telling him that I think we should win. I think we might lose, and if we do, I think it's gonna be good for the team.
Yeah.
Moving forward.
Hopefully they can take this and use it as fuel going forward with how they prepare for practice, with how they with how they prepare before the game. Because Saturday's game is going to be a doozy because it is.
We'll get to that.
It's going to be a tough one, but
it will be tough.
To that,
but I mean, looking back at the week is fun.
Yeah.
Maranatha, very fun game. Had a good show out from the student body and alum and faculty and staff. So it was really awesome.
It was nice that it wasn't just a 1-0 win or a 2-1 win, like 5-1 against Maranatha. You love to see it.
Yeah, we dumped it on them. I'm just going to tell you right now. Yeah, it was amazing. I love it. And like off the field, maybe it's okay. On the field though, man, I'm just like, I don't know. Not a big fan of that school. That's all I gotta say.
But a couple highlights for soccer this week. So Tucker won Player of the Week, which is awesome. I had to write this down so I remember. Currently, Christian is sitting at tied for first in goals scored this year.
And I was talking to Luke Serwinski, our coworker here at Emmaus, and he's like he says Christian's already playing better than he did last year.
Oh yeah.
So he keeps this up. He's going to have a great year, and of course he had to step up
He's just a sophomore too.
Yeah, and he had to step up this year with already being the top goal scorer on our team
from last year.
Not playing this year. Christian knew he had a lot of not necessarily shoes to fill, but kind of like shoes to carry. Yeah, honestly,
like he knew he had to step up.
Yeah, because he already had a great season last year as a freshman. So he's like, well, no one's like really filling already shoes. We don't have a top player like like what he was to us on the team. So he had to step it up,
so
and he's been doing great.
Tied first with 4 goals, and then Tucker is sitting at 5th in the nation in saves per game. So future, like we said, they played like freshmen today because most of them are freshmen, but the future is bright.
It is bright, and
if they can figure it out quickly, I mean, a lot of great things can happen.
Looking forward to it. And we'll talk about the game this upcoming Saturday for them, and things to highlight and players to highlight.
But moving on to volleyball.
Volleyball, I think, had a very productive weekend. Right,
very, very.
I was talking to Megan before they were going. I'm like, you guys are going to come back Sunday, and like it's going to be really awesome, and it was. But in my mind, and I wasn't saying out loud, I wanted it to the Emmaus Sports to be 3-0. You know, but we did come back and we were 2-1.
1-1.
No, I meant like
with soccer,
you know what I mean, with soccer. That's what I'm talking about. 3-0. Like
what about cross country?
Well, I don't know how to judge that. You know exactly.
But yes, super exciting for volleyball. They traveled to Manhattan and had like a mini round robin, I guess, or whatever you call it, where they played Manhattan, number 2 team in the nation. Which is good. Yeah, they're really good.
They're good.
But
and they showed it too.
The girls got a set off of them.
It was nice.
Which is crazy. Yeah. And which was super exciting.
It would have been great for them to get 2 sets off of them. But one set, like, I mean, we'll play them again.
Yeah, like not really many, like they've really the only teams like they've gotten sets off of them are NAI schools or like D3. So like they played Faith and it was 3-0, and they played someone else and I think it was like Randall maybe, but like yeah, to get a set off the number 2 team in the nation, like that's big time.
It is big time. And like, especially with a young team, a team that has had no, almost,
it is night and day difference.
They had no success last year. No. And like, so for them to walk away from this weekend.
Or I was about to say the last 2 years, but.
I mean, you can argue.
Yeah.
But walking away, and spoiler alert, they won. They won
on Saturday. They beat Barclay 3-0.
Yes.
Which snapped a 37-game losing streak, which is super exciting. And Coach Hannah's first victory as head coach for the volleyball team. Yep.
What? I didn't even know that. Yep. That is nuts.
Super exciting.
Did you know that, Eric?
He did.
He did.
So yeah, that is
awesome.
Super big time for them.
I'm so happy for her.
Watching the games, it is. I mean, like I said, it is a night and day difference. Like this team, obviously, like same with soccer, super young team, but the potential there, it's like I'm so excited because
oh my gosh,
that team did things in those first 2 games that I don't know if I've ever seen an Emmaus women's volleyball team do.
It's super. I was sitting, so like it was a pretty good weekend for Shane, right? My prediction went well, and I was hyped. I ran onto the field, celebrated with the guys, and we were like just like jumping. You were there, yeah. We were all jumping up and down, just like guaranteed.
You, me, and Luke.
It was awesome. I loved it. Right. The next day, I got to, and then Friday, got to watch the women's team take a set off, or was that? Yeah. And then Saturday, watched the women's team beat Barclay. And then, like, the whole weekend, one of my best friends was getting married, and I was part of that. And I was, like, at the rehearsal dinner watching the Maranatha game. Like, let's go. And I was talking to, like, my friends, who a lot of them, Emmaus alum, and telling them about Emmaus Sports. And I talked about it for, like, an hour. And everyone's like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, whatever, Shane.
It's fun. I mean,
it is.
Like it's fun to talk about it. But, like, really thinking about our potential this year. And looking at our region.
I mean, looking at region for volleyball,
it's so open.
Like it's
exciting.
Like there is a legitimate shot that they could end up in Joplin, Missouri for nationals.
And you don't want to put that pressure on those teams, on the young team's head. But
when you play like an underdog, I mean, anything can happen.
Yeah, and seeing how they performed this weekend, and like talking about the Barclay game, it's funny because like I watch this, I'm like complete dominance, you know. I get you can't really say complete dominance, but you can say. I mean, they won 3-0.
They won 3-0, right?
So like,
but they weren't
It
as
wasn't dumb.
clean
Exactly.
sets as they could have been. Like the first set was clean, the second and third set were a little rough.
But I guess what I'm trying to say is like they won 3-0.
Yeah.
They didn't lose a set. They walked away from Barclay, not losing a set. And I'm like, awesome. That's
go.
great. Swept them, sweet. And like you talk to the volleyball players, you talk to Megan, they're like, we played the worst game. I'm like, you guys won. Are you kidding me?
Well, that's the thing too. That's really the missing element, I guess you could say, from this team is they're still trying to figure out how to win.
Yeah.
Like they had, like that was
yeah.
like that was their first win in 2 years. And so like once this team figures out how to play in those late set moments when they need to get a point or 5, like once they learn how to win, like the floodgates are going to open up.
It's true. Well, you've been saying that for a while.
That was like our issue with when
Basketball.
we won regionals for basketball. It was like we played really bad like the whole year until like the very end when we finally figured out how to win.
Yeah.
And then we won like 6 in a row and made it to nationals. So it's like
that was a fun Cinderella run.
That was
awesome.
That was fun. So like with this team, like you said, the potential is there.
Yes.
As soon as they figure out how to win and like be a winner, like it's gonna be kind of scary.
It is going to be scary. And
it'll be one of those teams where you don't want to play us second round of conference or first round of regionals because we're going to end someone's season.
And the scary part is like, there's not a senior on this team.
No, there's not.
And like, even with like some of the upperclassmen that will like be gone in a couple of years, it's still a pretty young core.
Ooh-wee, this recruiting class that they are looking to bring in, man. Like,
I mean, let's not even get in there.
I want to talk about this year, but I'm just saying, like, oh my goodness,
we just got new players, Matt. Let's not talk about the new players. Like, that's just not healthy.
Yeah, want to highlight some performances, I guess, because this is something that hasn't happened really in the last couple of years. Because, like, as far as like statistical categories, like how Christian's leading in goals. Like we had those last year for soccer, but we didn't have anything for volleyball. But currently we have 3 girls sitting in the top 10 in stats. And then like Caitlin's like 11th in kills. But like currently Sayla Gregory is number 1 in the nation. Number 1. And literally number 1. She's going, not my house. Number 1 in the nation in blocks per set.
And she's what is she? What grade is she?
Freshman. She's prepping to be like her mom was, NCCA All-American. And then Jenica is sitting at number 2 in the nation in digs. And then Michelle Striley is number 10 in the nation in assists per set, and that's with her not setting full time.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We
like,
can't talk about that too much.
Yeah,
but like
it's crazy. So like I'm just like at any point last year, like no Emmaus volleyball player was in like the it's late the statistical category in the top 10, and we have 2 girls 1 and 2 in stats. Like that is awesome. That is so awesome,
especially against like a number 2
team in the nation.
Yeah. And that they were able to get up there. So it's really impressive. And
so great.
No, it's just fun. It's very electric to
like, I'm so excited for home games this weekend. Like, oh man.
Okay, this is gonna sound bad, and I don't mean for this to sound bad.
Oh boy!
But like the most electrifying sport the most like exciting sport on campus last season was cross country,
and the most
they were electrifying,
the most successful.
Yes, and they were killing it, and they're gonna kill it this year.
They
are, no doubt in my mind.
But that being said, when cross country is carrying the athletic program, like
I know it's funny.
Yeah.
It's just funny. I mean, that sounds so bad. Does that sound bad? If it sounds bad, come talk to me.
Yes and no, but
like the thing is like it's just
you got to raise the bar.
Yeah. And it's going to be fun to have 3 sports. 3 sports to be cheering for, you know?
Yeah.
And like that actually have energy behind them, that has success behind them, with not just cross country, but with soccer right behind them and volleyball right there too. And the hope of the future, but the young core, you know?
Like,
so, but like
super, let's
stop talking about the future. Let's talk about now, you know? Sick of it, you know? So this is now, man. The women's team can make
volleyball's weekend.
Megan will kill me, but the women's team can make nationals. You said it. They can. It's open.
Been shot.
The door's open.
Yeah, the
door
is
the
there.
region.
Yeah.
Soccer team, they can do great too.
We'll see. They have a little tougher journey ahead of them than volleyball does, but
the region looks pretty tough for soccer for sure, with Great Lakes and Grace being there. But like they are very young. So, and there are some missing pieces.
Though.
Conference
is
I'm curious. Here's the thing: we haven't played anyone in our conference yet. I'm very curious to see how that works out with where Faith and Manhattan and everyone stands. So, really looking forward to that. We don't know where we stand yet, you know.
Yeah, but just knowing conference is wide open for soccer and regional is wide open for volleyball.
It's true. Skill wise, we're 2-0 easily. We're better than Spurgeon, 100%. We'll play them again. Alumni weekend at the end of September, and I guarantee you a win then. I'll tell you that. I wasn't even planning on saying that. We will beat Spurgeon then, 100%. All right, moving on from that.
Cross country.
Let's get it there.
So
let's go there.
So first race of the year for cross country. Now this was kind of a weird one, I guess you could say, because it was called the Corridor Cross Country Clash.
That sounds cool.
Right. But the way it was set up was it was high school girls, high school boys, college girls, college boys.
Yeah, that's weird.
And everyone ran a 5K.
Yeah.
So so Caleb and Christian could not qualify for nationals because they have to run an 8K.
So strange.
Which is like, I don't understand like the times when the guys run a 5K and then like there's like one race this year where the girls run a 6K. And it's
why do they even have it? Why do like?
Yeah, I have no idea. Yeah. So it's kind of like,
it's whatever.
But like, I mean, it also goes back to kind of our conversation last year, how, you know, we're running with bigger schools.
It's true.
Like we're running with school, like NAI schools. So people that are running on scholarship, we're running Division III. So like we're running a lot tougher runners, I guess you could say. And so like looking at the results, so we had 6 girls run and 2 guys run. So really exciting. Kate Jansen, she was 1 second off from her PR.
She's a dog though.
But she qualified for nationals in her first race, along with Anna Caniglio, who also qualified, which they just did what they did last year, where they both qualified in the first race.
Now they're chilling.
Yeah.
They're straight chilling.
Now I just got to work on that PR and get it up there. So, yeah. So Kate ended up finishing 22nd out of like 70 something.
And she didn't pass out this time.
She did not. Shout out, Kate. And then Bethany Spicinger, her first race along with Claire Dunham, and they both PR'd obviously because they hadn't run before. So we're excited to see how they do this upcoming weekend with a race under their belt.
Yeah, and they didn't seem too far behind too.
No,
time wise as well as just we were told and like the talent that this team has for cross country.
And really with cross country, I mean, it's obviously like and that too. Like it was a night race.
Yeah. Oh,
and so usually they run in the morning, but they ran at like I think it was. Actually,
I feel like
6:20 at night, and then the guys ran at 6:50. So like,
that's barely night.
Yeah. So like, I don't know. Like obviously with running, it's like you have like the mental wall. It's like I feel like just waking up and then running, you do better than like thinking about it throughout the day. But
hey, that's fair.
That shows that
I don't know.
I'm not a runner. I don't know.
None of us. No.
I was built for 94 feet this way, 94 feet that way with that orange thing up there. So
you ran a lot less than 94 feet.
Oh yeah, I went from arc
to arc.
What's the top of the 3-point line to the top of the 3-point line? That's all you.
It's 60 feet or something.
That's much more accurate.
I mean, I was pretty accurate, 3-pointer.
That one game, we don't have time to talk about that, but I remember one game you were just.
Yes, I only went 3-pointers.
Man.
That's why I finished 3rd all time. So whatever. Whatever. Who cares?
Well, you can say that though. You're a humble guy. You're a sweetheart.
But yeah. So yeah, that was cross country's weekend. So excited to see how they do, which is interesting because they really don't do back-to-back weeks of racing, and they are doing back-to-back weeks of racing in their first 2 weeks. So
and it's fun that your highlight player for that, or your player to watch for that was Anna, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and the fact that she made nationals was great, and Kate alongside her too. Mine was Caleb, and it's tough to kind of look at the men's race, but
because it doesn't count.
Yeah, but one of the things I did talk about last podcast was his leadership on the team and off the team. So that was kind of like what I was highlighting more than his 5K that meant really nothing, but the fact that he ran it and was a team player shows a lot about his character and
it's fun because
leadership.
Like half the cross country team are RAs this year, so
That's true.
there's a lot of leadership there.
Yeah, there is. Oh yeah, I didn't really think about that. Yeah. That's fun though. But they got an upcoming race this weekend.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be fun, and we'll talk about that. Let's talk about soccer. Yeah.
Yeah. So, like we said, soccer is going to be a tough one.
Yes, this weekend.
They're
Upcoming
playing
match.
the number 2 team in the nation.
Yes.
The team that won the regional championship in the region that we were in last year.
Yes.
In Crown College. So it'll be home game. So this is really going to show
It's gonna be tough.
the guys where they're at. So,
I'm really excited for this one.
Yeah.
You know, there's no guarantees here. But I am excited to see this young core play a very strong, well-disciplined team of Crown that competes against higher level schools. A team that, no offense to us and the last year's squad, a team that beat us last year with
their B team.
their B team, their JV team. So we're better than last year.
We are better
Guaranteed.
than last year. That is an actual guarantee.
It's a fact.
That works.
It's a fact.
It's a fact.
And so I'm curious to see where we stand.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be a game that really shows our team of where we are now and where we need to be.
Right.
So
like definitely, yeah, like you
and
said.
not trying to put Crown on a pedestal. That's one of the last schools I want to put on a pedestal.
Right.
Shoot, but like
they are pretty good in soccer, so
They are.
they rank number 2, so it's like this is where we want to be, where you could be if.
And it's going to be exciting to see where we stand. Like let's say we tie. Let's say we win. Let's say we lose by a couple, you know? I think it's going to show a lot of where we need to go. What holes we have.
Show this team's personality. Exactly. It's going to show.
And coming off of a devastating loss today, it's even.
They better have some
energy.
Amnesia and turn around and work hard today and tomorrow. I'm
looking forward to that for sure.
Yeah.
For volleyball.
So volleyball, they have 2 matches.
Doubleheader.
Yep. So they play Spurgeon at 11 a.m. and then Moody at 3 p.m. Okay. So it kind of stinks that there's a soccer game and a volleyball game going on at the same time.
It does.
But yeah, so Spurgeon and then Moody. So both Spurgeon's definitely be Spurgeon versus Emmaus is definitely be the best volleyball game of the day.
Yeah.
Competitive wise.
More challenge.
And so, yeah. So
nothing against Moody.
Right. But yeah. And then cross country is down in the Quad Cities at the Fighting Bee.
They did that last
year.
St.
Ambrose. And this is the race that
they destroyed. They did amazing.
No, this is the tough one. This is the one that has the hill.
But they killed it.
They did.
Anna and Kate raced amazing.
They both broke the school record and then they both PR'd at a later race. But yeah, this is the one where you finish it's literally like a hill and it goes around a bend and then it's like a quarter mile stretch, like flat stretch.
I remember talking about this last year and we were like, oh, it's gonna be tough. But then
they did really good.
They did super good. And we're like, what the heck?
And that's a 10:30 and 11:30 race. So
looking forward to that.
Yeah, so that should be fun. So we'll see.
Yes. So
that's the week ahead to look forward to.
So about the week ahead to look forward to, like you just said. Let's talk about each sport and let's give a player to watch. All right, a player to watch for the soccer game this Saturday against Crown. Who are you looking at?
I would say that I am looking at Josh Matt to command this defense and to take control of this back line against this Crown team that has some very, very talented offensive players. And so he's my pick to click on perform this week of
to click. Explain pick to click. It's pretty late. I'm trying to wrap my brain around the pick. So you pick.
It's your pick that's going to click and do well.
That click. Like it clicks, we click. Like that?
I don't know. It's what the Cardinal announcers do for baseball.
I'm done.
Yeah, we're not doing it.
What, dude? You should have never mentioned the Cardinals. I was almost on the same page. I was like, hey, maybe that's nice. Maybe
so mine is Josh Matt.
Okay.
Shane, how about you for soccer?
Yeah. So like I said earlier, I'm looking forward to and remember one of my thoughts of where we stand in conference. Mm-hmm. And I think we haven't played anyone to know where we stand, and this Crown game isn't gonna tell us anything about where we stand. Nope. Looking at Faith in Manhattan and their schedules that they lined up, that shows a lot of confidence in their team.
Yep.
Okay. The fact that we're playing Crown, it's a great test.
Oh yeah.
It's a lot of confidence in our team. With that said, I I think a lot of the confidence goes in our younger players, right? And I think a lot of them have had a slow start, which is given. You predict a slow start from first year players and a huge jump second year. You see it time again.
Yes,
it's
you're used to the speed of things.
Yeah, it's very unlikely. It's not something we see a lot of a first year player playing like amazing their first year. I do think this is not my highlight player, but I do appreciate this player. Josiah Tuttle has been killing it on defense, in my opinion. He has some little
scored a goal
miss-ups, but mistakes here and there. But as a first year player, you don't see a lot of hiccups with him. With that said, my not highlight player, but my player to watch is going to be Bennett. Bennett being one of the top recruits coming in this year, along with a lot of other ones for sure. I'm excited to see what he does in the midfield and as a future leader of this team. And I see that leadership quality in him.
I mean, he has the potential to be the guy.
He does, and there's a lot of pressure, a lot of hope on him of kind of being the face of the team in the future, and he could.
But he's the guy.
Definitely have that at the end of this season by next year.
Yeah.
And I'm excited. I feel like Maranatha, he was there. He is present. A slow start. Spurgeon, same thing. But I'm excited for him to like really build that momentum going into this game. And hopefully the guys don't have the mentality of we're gonna lose.
Yeah. Hopefully
I don't like that.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to Bennett and seeing him really step up as a leader he is and the qualities that he has and the player that he is on the field and that we know that he can be. So
yes,
Bennett's my player to watch for that match. Volleyball, who you got?
Caitlin Ran. So awesome. I'm excited to see after her first weekend playing, outside mainly, but all around, playing some middle. She had 20 kills, which is really good. So she's my pick to go off this weekend and as our main hitter and to go off and have lots and lots of kills.
That's good.
Yeah.
Mine is Lauren Fessler. And I pick her because home field, home court for the first time. This is like her home, Dubuque area. She has her family here, friends.
Landon.
See, I don't have to say anything to get you smacked, man.
Yeah, and I think
Andy's gonna smack you. Mr. Fessler is gonna smack you down.
Hit me again.
He mentioned that to me the other day. I saw him.
But no, Lauren, Landon. I say because she's not gonna have amazing stats in one specific category. She's gonna have stats in every category.
And that's where I'm getting at. I'm excited to see her really blossom into the position that she was given this year as a kind of a utility player. So seeing the roles that she has to fill and the leader she is as well on the court and off the court to see what she does and how she'll help the volleyball team come away with 2 victories this weekend.
Yep.
So cross country,
I'm going to go with Kate this week. She finished first on our team, and I think she's going to have a great race and do well.
I'm gonna go with Bethany Spicinger. One of my deposits. They're like my kids. I watch them. I'm like so proud of them. I'm like that with Joseph, her brother on the soccer team. Josiah Tuttle, all of them, Miller. With that said, I look forward to her going into this race, seeing that Kate and Ann.
Getting that first race under her belt.
Yeah, Kate and Anna did so great last year at this venue to see what Bethany can do with her second race. I bet she walks away. No guarantees. I can't guarantee too much. But
guarantee that you're going to run
I want to
well.
be surprised if she walks away with a PR after this race this weekend.
So Shane.
Yes.
Little drum roll with our Impact Athlete of the Week.
So this is a new segment we're going to try to do every week is have a Impact Player, Impact Eagle of the Week. You haven't done any of the Eagles, and I'm so excited. I'm so happy. You're a funny guy.
So we're going to pick, and then we got to figure out, we'll get you something, a trophy. We'll see what we do.
Yeah, we're definitely going to figure that out. Pressure
Soon.
McHugh some more of buying some tiny trophies, but we have 1 or 2, right?
We're going with co-winners of the week.
Co-winners of the week. Matt,
drum roll.
Can you hear it?
Our athlete performer of the week is going to two people.
Co-performer.
So our co-performer of the week is going to Jenica Beach and Sailor Gregory for their performances and their awesome rankings in the statistical categories.
Yes. And the big turnaround from volleyball from last year to this year and how they've had a huge impact on that.
So Sayla
in the first
and
weekend.
Jenica will get you something.
Mm-hmm. And just because they were the impact players, Eagles of the week, doesn't mean we're not trying to throw any shade at anyone else and how their performance.
Anyone can get it, though.
Anyone can get it.
So
anyone. Even you, Aaron Braun. Okay? We're looking at you. And we love you. We see the work that you're putting in. Stop that, man. That's so cheesy. Gosh. I love Aaron Braun.
Nathan,
Aaron Braun is probably the hard.
Do that? His big brother.
He didn't. I just said it now. Aaron Braun is probably. I'll say this. He's probably, and I think everyone would agree with me. He's probably the hardest worker on that team right now. And he doesn't play a lot.
Thumbs up from Coach Raz.
It's true.
Yes.
The guy runs laps after practice. What are the starters doing? They're not doing that, right? The guy works on his touch, his dribbles.
Shout out Aaron.
What are the other guys? Yeah, they might be a little faster. They might have better touch and dribble. But Aaron's putting in the work.
Good.
Imagine if our starters are doing that and how far they can go, right?
Sounds like a good challenge for them.
So, shout out to Aaron. I love that guy. And also shout out to the Blue Lotus. I think my second favorite drink at the Coffee Bean.
What's first?
I already said last week.
You gotta say it again.
It's a chai. It's a ice spice chai, especially with
so I
the
Spy,
pumpkin.
Blue Lotus.
Ice spice
What's
pumpkin
third?
chai.
I mean, it is pumpkin spice latte.
Yeah,
time.
we don't really have the time to talk about my third.
But I would say, I think we talked a little bit about this last week. I would say this currently the student body number one drink is probably Hempstead High.
You think that's what it used to be? I don't think that's the same anymore.
I still see. I mean, every time I'm there, someone's ordering it.
You think really?
Yeah,
I thought that died years ago. Man.
No, it's still there.
I know. I saw someone order it last year.
I mean, it's that between that and the Blue Lotus.
I think Blue Lotus is the number one drink in the student body. But like, there's a lot of coffee drinkers, and
there are a lot of.
They love their like with the Americano. I don't even know what coffee drinks there are, but they're like always ordering
just
something.
like energy drinks.
I wonder what the most complicated coffee drink order.
Probably whatever Coach Rasmussen gets.
What do you get?
12 shots on ice.
Oh, you get just energy.
Blow my heart out.
Not even energy, fake energy.
White mocha 4 shots.
That is so basic of you.
Oh my goodness.
That is like you're like
a Minnesota white girl right now.
Yeah,
it makes sense. I mean,
you go to Starbucks, man. I bet you do with that.
Yeah, do you flop too?
That burnt roasted whatever Starbucks drink you're getting.
Skinny latte, whatever. So
probably put your wrist up too. Goodness.
Yes. You probably give yourself a fake name, so they call it like, I don't know.
You say Eric, but they spell it like with a. Okay. Yeah, that's the time. Probably don't even spell your name right. Okay. Well, with that said, though, Matt, it's been a great episode. It's late. Give us a break.
I know.
We went over
I will
time,
see
but
you in 8 hours until work starts.
I'm gonna be sick tomorrow morning. Don't tell. I'm just joking. With that said, this is a fun podcast. This is great, and I hope the challenge to all the teams this year with the encouragement and the optimism of for volleyball, cross country, and soccer to work harder, to not just let the pressure and the excitement of the new flashy athletes we have really cloud over you. Like prove people wrong, prove people right.
We're being honest, and we're talking about what happened. Like, we're not trying to call anyone out or
we're just having fun. We're just having fun.
We're just here to encourage you guys, and
I'm just here to talk
be an
about
outlet for people that don't normally follow us.
I'm here to talk about Emmaus and how I love it, Maranatha and Manhattan and how I don't love it, and soccer, and to hang out with you, Matt. That's why I'm here. With that said,
keep an eye out for all on our social media for upcoming games, and we'll see you at home.
We'll see you at home. Visit our athletic page as well as our website. Apply if you're interested, or if you know someone that's interested.
Come to Discover Mace Weekend.
Yes, we have Dew coming up first weekend of October. But with that said, Matt, great podcast. Love you, dude. I'll see you in 8 hours.
Good night.
And thank you for listening. We'll see you next week.